What's up, guys? Michael here with Valencia Fan TV, bringing you the latest video on the club we all love, Valencia. Be sure to subscribe for the latest news, match predictions, and recaps. And wow, guys, busy week. We have our second signing in just 2 days. We have the 27-year-old Ukrainian Roman Yaremchuk joining Valencia from Club Brugge. He's a 6'3" striker playing as a target man. He's been capped 43 times for Ukraine and has netted 13 times for his country. His career peak came back in 2021 with Ghent of Belgium, where he scored 47 goals over 121 games with the Belgian club. We've been making a lot of business with the Belgian league lately, so hopefully that's a good thing, and hopefully we've been doing some good scouting in that league. I actually do think it's an undervalued league. It's a quality league, and we've seen the pipeline of Belgian talent that's come through. So maybe it's a good strategy to play. We'll see how it unfolds over the next couple of months and through the season, but I think maybe there's something there. Maybe we can target some cheap talent across Belgium and bring him into Valencia and get them some greater exposure. He's previously been transferred for 18.5 million euros to Benfica, and then also had a 16 million euro transfer over to Club Brugge. So this is a player who's had some value through his career. He went to Benfica. I think he had 6 goals in 25 games. He didn't exactly light the world on fire, but he had a solid performance there. Sometimes it can be difficult when you're going into a club at like 24, 25 years old for 18.5 million euros, especially a club like Benfica. That's a big purchase for Benfica, and it can be tough to really settle in. But I think this move is going to have a lot less pressure on him. He's not going to feel the burden of coming in as a massive signing. He's coming in as a loan, I believe, with an option to buy, which is probably the best option for Valencia as he has something left to prove. So Baraha apparently said that this choice came down between him and Alcacer. Alcacer is, of course, a legendary player from this region, and he actually chose Yaremchuk. He preferred Yaremchuk's ability due to his height, really. He thinks that we're going to be able to whip some crosses into him from the likes of Jose Gaya and Fran Perez. I'm skeptical of that. I think that our crosses over the last couple of years have been particularly poor. I have seen a little bit of improvement this year, and hopefully the new crop of players that we have with Correa, Gaia, Lopez, Perez, hopefully they can cross the ball in a little bit better and give some service to this guy. Because I think that if we do give him some good service, I think he is going to score goals. And I think a successful season for him this year at Valencia is going to be 8 to 10 goals. If he can get 8 to 10 goals this year, it's going to be more goals than anybody on the team scored last year. And it's going to be a big boost for Valencia. We're going to need about 40, 45 goals just to stay, I guess, where we were at last year. Probably we're going to need more like 50. So if we can get some from this guy, it's going to be a big boost to us. But now, as the transfer window closes, let's take a look at Valencia's ideal lineup, at least in my eyes. Obviously, the manager's going to have a better opinion than I am, but in my opinion, I think that we should keep the back five that we've been going with. We've had a consistent back five over the first 3 games this year, and we've only conceded 3 goals. If you can concede 3 goals or 1 goal per game, you're going to be in a great position to win a lot of games and pick up a lot of points. So I would keep Mamardashvili in goal. I'd keep Correa at right back. I'd keep Paulista at center back with Senk, and then of course Gaia at left back. And consistency is always the key in defense. Like I said, if you could have a consistent back line, they're going to be familiar with each other. They're going to have better offsides traps, and this is going to be a more organized unit. I think it's very underrated, the relationship between the goalkeeper and the center backs. And right now, I think we're building a pretty good relationship there. So I see absolutely no reason to change that. Now in midfield, of course, the man who's probably the first on the team sheet for every single person out there is Diakabi. He's kind of like a fifth defender and also like a fourth forward. The man has been phenomenal this year, and he has to be in the lineup every single game. From there, I would put Almeida. Almeida really creates that creative spark, and he was actually my player of the year last year, and I think that he needs to really be in the game every single time we play. Now, this is really kind of where the battle comes in. I've gone for Javi Guerra. You guys will know I've been a big fan of Javi Guerra since day one. And I think that right now, with his upside, I think that we need to have this guy playing every single match. I think that he is one of the few players on this team that can truly become world class, and I would stick him over Papalou. But I think Papalou, of course, is a good rotation option, as well as some others on the bench. I think we have a pretty solid midfield at this point. Now, for the forward line, I think this remains our weakest position. We didn't do nearly enough to reinforce this position over the course of the summer. But at the left wing, I would go Diego Lopez. At striker, I would do the new man, Yaremchuk. And then on the right wing, I would do Fran Perez. Now, I will be the first one to admit I was not high on Fran Perez the first game, and I was pretty surprised that he was getting the start. But the man's proved me wrong so far. I think he's been, very exciting, very dangerous. He's created a lot of chances, and I think the man has to keep going. Again, he's just a young kid, and he has a lot of room to improve. So, for me, like if you can get some of these young kids in there and keep them going and keep them positive and keep them encouraged to keep playing, I think the future is very bright for this group, and I can't wait to see what happens the rest of the season. But let me know, guys, what's your ideal lineup for the remainder of the season, and what do you think about the new signing? And as always, Amut Valencia. Take care.